No, my lawyer said I can't be Stevie Nicks. I'm just a generic, non-specific look-alike.
A little longer than I thought, but I can watch that all day long. And one day we'll tell people what it's from.
I think one day we need to actually watch the thing and do like commentary. That'd be a really
I like it.
episode.
And if we don't if we get called on copyright,
right?
Yeah.
Who knows? They'll just pull it down. Yes.
Hello, everyone out there in Unicorn Land.
Hello. Welcome to the next episode of the generic, non-specific Stevie Nicks podcast. I'm your co-host, Randy.
And I'm Anthony. Hey, everybody.
So,
dude, where's my box set?
Dude, where's my box set? So you don't have yours yet, do you?
I still, my tracking information still doesn't have an expected delivery date. This is day 3 of that.
So we're going to start a telethon to help needy people like us. Please call. I've got Sally Struthers on the line. She's going to actually do the voice.
And what's their name from the Sad Dog commercials, too?
Yes, Sarah McLachlan.
Yes.
She owes us. She was on a Stevie album, so there you go. Right.
There you go.
But we didn't want to wait to do another episode because we just had so much fun and we had lots of good feedback. So today we'll just talk about why we don't have our box set yet and what we're excited about. And then we'll see where the rest of the episode takes us. But Mr. Fonzie over there in his bright orange shirt.
In case you didn't know,
Anthony is the Fonziest person I know. Absolutely, without a doubt. And I'm very jealous because you have a Stevie Nicks poster over your shoulder. And I have some books over here, but that's about it. And if I turn this way, I look like I'm just in a proof of life video.
It's really funny, Randy, because I wonder how many, lots of Stevie fans are going to hopefully watch this, but people who are their number one is the diva or whatever, someone else will watch it. But you would think when you're someone like us who's like lives and breathes either a comic book character or a singer or whatever, and people it comes to gift giving time, it's like, I know what to do. No one in my family has ever given me anything that has anything to do with Stevie Nicks.
Really?
Except one Christmas, my younger brother had a kind of serious girlfriend. We thought he might marry, and she came to Christmas Eve dinner, and she brought me this present. Then I never saw her again after that Christmas. I was like, what the hell is wrong with the rest of you?
Right.
Socks,
Take a hint from random Thanksgiving dinner guest. Right? She knew what to do.
Framed and everything.
That's so sweet. Do you remember her name?
Next episode.
If you're out there, whatever your name is.
Right. Next episode, I will remember. I have a way to know. Next episode, if you're watching the podcast, put a guess in the comments. Maybe there'll be a prize if you happen to guess.
The prize is that we get our box set. That's what the prize is.
There you go. So for those who do not know, Rhino Records has released a box set of vinyl of every studio album Stevie Nicks ever put out, plus another collection, I think it's double disc, right? They called it rarities, but a lot of it has already been released on vinyl, but on a movie soundtrack or something else. But it's all collected into one, and it's great stuff. And I've got some of it I have had on the original vinyl movie soundtrack, some I've never, so I'm glad. And then Randy knows the tragic story of when I moved. My husband and I moved from our first apartment together to our first house together. When the moving truck got to the house, my vinyl collection was not on it, even though I carried it out of the house and put it down on the pile that people were loading into the truck. So all of my vinyl's gone. Some of it I've replaced back then. Some of it I gotten the more recent, like Belladonna and etc. So this is, restitution from me, Randy.
It is. And hey, Sally, are you getting that? That's another tragic thing we can add to the telethon. Write that down. Okay. Yes. I've been slowly, in fact, I still had, until maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, I had the original Belladonna that I took from my mother when I was 8 years old and confiscated it, and it survived through all my moves.
Wow.
But when this box set came out, and it came with a hefty price tag, although there's nothing wrong with Stevie making money off of her music. Pay your artists for their music. But it was a pretty hefty price tag, and there were several things in the box set that I already had. So I went and eBayed everything that was going to be in the box set so that I could soften the blow of that investment a little bit. So all of my Stevie solo vinyl is gone. I've still got the Fleetwood Mac stuff, and I've got the stuff that's not in the box set, like the 24 karat gold live, the Belladonna live, that just came out just not too long ago for Record Store Day. But everything else went off to eBay to help me finance my Sally Struthers telethon. Write that down too.
I still have all the CDs that I've ever.
I do too. I do too.
And I have the singles upstairs, believe it, somewhere.
I have a few singles somewhere too, and I don't know where.
Just in case you didn't hear me, I said singles.
You have singles? I don't have any singles.
Singles. All right, we're one. Note to us in the future, future episode, we'll talk about what we have on cassette tape.
Oh my God, yes. I've got some stories about how I acquired some of the cassettes back in the day, but there are 3 studio albums that have never been released on vinyl that are in this box set. They are Trouble in Shangri-La, In Your Dreams, and Street Angel.
Street Angel, aka the album Who Shall Not Be Named. So, you hear me say the album Who Shall Not Be Named, audience. That's the one I mean.
Yes. I actually am really excited about doing that part of that episode. It's going to be fun.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see. So for the folks that don't know, some of the studio albums were being released as double albums when they were not previously double albums. So I'm interested in. I'm hoping that they're preserving all the original liner notes and artwork and all that.
Yeah,
but there's room for more.
There is.
I'm interested to see how they're going to handle that and what they're going to do.
All right,
if it's a double album, right? There's room for more. This space intentionally left blank? I don't think so.
Right. One of the things that I eBayed, and you saw a picture of it, was the Stand Back collection that they put out when she got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that was like 6 discs, and it was 5 discs of music, and then on the flip side of the last disc, they had just etched in the lyrics to Stand Back on the album.
Oh, so it wasn't playable.
It was not playable. It was not playable at all.
I don't remember.
But it was really
that. I have to see that again. Yeah.
I'll see if I can find
a photo.
I think I took a photo and sent it to you. But I'm curious. I think I know the answer for both of us. Which of the 3 studio albums that's being released on vinyl for the first time is the one you're most looking forward to? We're going to say it at the same time because I think 1, 2, 3.
Street Angel.
Trouble in Shangri-La.
Yeah,
it is.
Absolutely.
That is going to be another fun episode, and I can't wait to see the album artwork for that. And
because the CD had a little bit, but there's so much more room.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So come on.
You know you could do it. Right. I think they're going to do some really good packaging on all of this. I mean, they're making a really big deal out of this. They remastered all of the videos. You know, they're doing some pretty good marketing push. So I don't expect to see anything subpar. I really don't.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see it if it ever shows up.
Right. Are you listening?
Can you tell Sally to write down that somehow Rhino has the last digit wrong on my zip code. So I don't know if that's going to add any time or not.
Sally, make a second hotline number specifically for zip code emergencies.
Thanks, Sally. Appreciate
She's waving at you.
it. Okay.
It breaks over.
The jokes I want to make that I'm not going to.
And these kids aren't going to know who Sally Struthers
they're
is.
not. Yeah. Just
I don't know
Google
why
Sally Struthers and South Park, and you'll get an express understanding.
Oh, poor Sally Struthers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to Trouble in Shangri-La. I've always loved that album. You know, and I think we'll talk about it more, but I discovered more very recently that it was basically the third best selling of all of her albums.
Yeah.
Right. So I never realized it was as popular as I thought. So yeah, there's a lot of songs in there. We'll talk about those that are really, really cool and important to me. And you know, but I guess I'll start from the beginning in terms of actually listening.
Yeah, I think so.
You know?
I think, we'll do an unboxing episode and we'll look at all of this stuff and see if what confirms what we suspect. And then we'll do Belladonna, and then we'll do The Wild Heart, and we'll do Rock a Little. But I'm most excited about doing the episode for Trouble in Shangri-La. I'm really excited about In Your Dreams too, because I have a lot to say about that. And that is an album that means a lot to me for some very specific reasons.
Yes.
And it has our song on it. So
which is the one that I'm excited about. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. But then we're going to have to talk about 24 Karat Gold and the 24 Karat Gold tour, because it's got a live album, it's got the concert video, and that's the first Stevie Nicks concert that you and I got to see together.
Yep.
And it was an adventure.
With Drunk Wendy.
She
Wendy. Was there too.
Yes, she was. And you still have the stained tennis shoe to prove it.
I do. I can go get it right now. Just a little
Save that for the next episode.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot. Very excited. I just, of all the UPS trackings to ever be tracked, that this one is like, it's on the way. Can't tell you when. It's really annoying.
Right. It's on the way somewhere. We're not even going to tell you if we're bringing it to you. It's just somewhere.
It's going to that other zip code, which is only 2 hours away. So I will be able to hunt. I'll hunt you down if you accept it, wherever you are.
He'll follow you down till the sound of his voice will haunt you.
And my baseball bat. Yes.
Yes, and your baseball bat. We both have had, we both have mascots today. Yours was on the keyboard and mine is sitting here right next to me, wanting my attention, of course. He's been sitting there very still and calm until we decided to do this, and now he needs attention.
Of course.
Yes.
So if other folks are, if anyone listening has the box set or is getting the box set, we would love to hear what's your favorite album.
Yeah.
Or favorite song, or why you wouldn't get it if you didn't think it was something worth getting.
Yeah, I know a couple of people that decided not to get it. And then there's someone I know named Jason who texted me just a couple of days ago. He bought two because he wants to put one on his shelf and not unwrap it. And I'm like, I sort of get that, except that's a
worst idea ever.
Right.
That's comic book guy from The Simpsons, in case I was doing it. You can't take it out of the original packaging. I'm not Stevie Nicks. I'm Lucy Lawless. Sorry, there's a big cross reference joke here.
Wow.
Good for you.
Right. Oh, for sure. Yeah. If you want to know, I take all my toys out of the packaging because all my Wonder Woman stuff is right there. And it's all out of the package and posed.
If you don't take it out of the packaging, you leave all the joy inside of the packaging.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And none of this stuff, the box set, action figures, comic books, you and I, we don't get them because they're going to be worth money in 10 years.
Right.
It's what we can do with it right now and enjoy it.
Exactly.
So that, yeah.
And for instance, this box set, I think they limit it to 3,000 is what they've announced.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. In 5 years, there'll be a one more disc or two more discs version. And,
I think in 18 months to 2 years, they will release each of the albums separately. So you could like go and just buy Trouble in Shangri-La if you wanted to. I think that's what's going to happen.
I would not have purchased the CD. Like I saw there was a CD version instead of LPs. You could have gotten, I don't know how, it was a lot of CDs.
Yeah, it was.
I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have seen a lot of value in that. And then also a streaming version of it. But
yeah,
that's called Spotify or Apple Music or
right.
You know,
Yeah.
so I don't get that either. But
no, but the vinyl's a big deal to me, to us. I did go on to, it was funny, I was telling you this yesterday. I did go onto Spotify and start listening to it from the beginning yesterday in the office. And then because I wanted to hear the remastering and see if there were any differences. But then I talked over the music while I was working and educating the rest of the people in my office about every single song. So I didn't really hear much of it.
if you listen here, Sharon
Right.
Salani has farted right when she does the vocal off.
Yeah,
Part of
it was
it is her voice, right?
Right. There's a little bit of that for sure. But yes, and for those that don't know, I have started collecting Stevie's backup singers.
I was just going to say that.
Yes,
Future episode, I'll tell the story of my interaction with Stevie Nicks, because saying I met her is a little bit of a stretch. I did meet her, but yeah. And then Randy has started collecting the background singers, and there are many.
There are. I need a bigger basement.
He's one Alicia away from the Stevie Nicks background singer wig he's making.
That's right. And if you know what that's from,
saw a video today, Randy, and I can try to splice it in here before we post it, or we can talk about it later, of Stevie in the studio around Belladonna.
Okay.
And there was a woman singing with her and Sharon at a mic that I did not recognize. You'll probably go, oh, it's Betty Rolfe. She only sang on this one song for 2 stanzas, and then they kicked her out because, so I want to see if she's in your collection, or if she's a bonus, you need to start to figure out how to find it.
I need to find that out for sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'll find it.
Yes, find it and send it to me, and then we'll see if we can't splice it into the episode for sure. Oh man. Yeah, so I was just hoping that I'd get a doorbell ring any minute now, and you would too.
Yeah.
And we get to interrupt our podcast with a UPS delivery.
I wouldn't care if we weren't seeing people all over the internet get it as early as Wednesday.
Yes.
When it wasn't released until yesterday.
Yes.
And
yes.
But yours is left Arizona.
It has left Arizona. So
like,
it's,
if I calculate right, like
closer.
700 miles away this morning at like midnight or whatever.
Yeah. It's actually closer to me in Arizona than the other side of Texas. I could get to Arizona faster than I could get to the other side of Texas.
There you go.
So, and since we all know Stevie lived in Arizona for quite a while,
she's delivering it herself.
She is delivering it herself. Yes. And that's what actually she sent Lori.
You're going to have to make room in the basement is all I'm saying.
If Stevie Nicks shows up, I'm making room in the entire house. And she's going to record an album in my house. That's what's going to happen. And it's going to be the Ranthony album, and you're going to be here within 2 hours of her arrival.
And at least one track will have a hip hop collaborator. Missy Elliott is my current fave for the idea. You know.
And the title of the album will be The Ghost of West Virginia.
We'll have to explain some other times.
Yeah, we're dropping all these little hints.
Or go to
not.
Chat GPT and ask it about the Ghost of West Virginia and enjoy.
See what happens.
Yeah.
See what happens.
The song. Yes.
Yeah. I think you did you see that Lindsey Buckingham on Instagram was like posted yesterday, what are you listening to this weekend? And I wanted so bad.
I purposely didn't look at the responses, but I was so sure there were hundreds of Xbox.
Yeah, I didn't look at the replies either, but that would have been really fun.
Poor Lindsay.
Oh, not so. Now there is a rumor going around that they're going to reunite for one last Fleetwood Mac tour now that Christine McVie has died. On my birthday, by the way, and Anthony killed her. But
I did. It was on accident, but it's true.
It was on accident, but yes.
And it involves a cursed throw.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
A cursed throw and a black card. Yeah, we'll get to that later too.
Yes.
God. But so do you remember what's on the rarities?
I don't remember that well. I know like Sleeping Angel, I believe, is there. Battle of the Dragon. I'm so excited about that one.
I am too.
You know, because I don't think I ever had that one on the vinyl. I think I only had that on a cassette tape from somewhere. Someone had it or whatever.
I don't know why I never got the American Anthem soundtrack, because it had a Stevie Nicks song and the album cover was Mitch Gaylord wearing a leather jacket with no shirt. So I don't know how I didn't get that, but I didn't.
Is Violet and Blue on there on the rarities?
Yes, it is.
I had that album, the Against All Odds soundtrack, and I had the heavy metal soundtrack. And, you know, the Fast Time soundtrack. But I didn't. The other one I didn't. It's the only one I never. I think it was like so not that popular by the time I knew about it. There weren't any copies anywhere.
Right.
And pre-internet, you just don't go on Amazon and find it. You
had to
retail
to the record store.
They have one, right?
And do you remember the big book that you would have like at the Sam Goody or the Tower Records or whatever, and you would just leaf through there, and see what was there. Yeah. I spent a lot of time doing that. I think that the clerk at the record store knew that I was a special case, because he would always say like, "Oh, here's the book. Look on page 35," and I'd be like, "Oh my God!" So yeah, spent a lot of time in the record store doing that. So
that's I mentioned my missing record collection. Those are the only ones that I'm really sad about, is that I had in Philly, in Center City, Philly, there was a row of like specialty record stores for DJs, for disc jockeys. I'm talking about at the club, at the radio station. And that's where I got a large number of 12-inch versions of, you know, Stevie and Fleetwood Mac songs. And I don't remember what they are. I probably could hunt all over the internet for them, but when I lost those, I was really sad. Yeah,
those. There's a hardcover book that came out in the 92, 94. It was right about that weird time when Stevie had left the band and Mick Fleetwood was trying to make as much money as possible by writing his autobiography and doing all of this other crap. And there was a big picture book that was my 25 years in Fleetwood Mac, and at the back of it, it listed each member's discography up to that point. And I mean, it was so comprehensive. It was everything like Stevie Nicks sneezed in the background of a Ringo Starr single in 1976. And so I would go and it was a very expensive book at the time. And so I would go and I would just take my little notebook and I would write things down and I would try to go find them. And pre-internet, it was so hard to do.
Sure.
And there's a song that I still don't think I have found by an artist named Maria Vidal, who is married to Rick Knowles, who, worked with Stevie. And she did a solo album, and there was a song called Life on a Train. And allegedly Stevie sings backup on it, but nobody's been able to confirm or deny that.
So it's more rare than the Ghost of West Virginia.
It is more rare than the Ghost of West Virginia, which I think is the second track on that Maria Vidal album.
Well, Maria, make with the tape, girl, if it's real.
Right. It's like some people can hear Stevie way in the background on Don't Come Around Here No More, because that was supposedly originally written for her, and she worked on it for a day and then quit. I can hear her. Other people can't. So
that's their problem. I think I can. Yeah, I would have to listen again and refresh my memory. I believe I can. It's not prominent, but I can hear it.
No, but you can hear it.
Unlike that Ringo song where she's sneezing. I'm sure it's in harmony, though.
It is. It's in perfect harmony.
Because Stevie Nicks can harmonize with a chainsaw. You know what I mean?
Yes,
He's got that skill.
Some of my favorite things that she does are harmony on other people's song, including your favorite duet, Whenever I Call You Friend. That's some of her best harmony work.
It is. I think that might be one of her best vocals overall on that.
I think so too. It's a beautiful song.
Because it's one of the examples, Edge of 17 is another prominent one, Wild Heart, where it's a studio version, but it sounds like a live version.
Yeah.
The performance is so real and raw and passionate, and those are the ones that, boing, right to my heart.
Right. I would have to agree. I love, God, we're just getting ahead of ourselves, but I love the Wild Heart. I love the performance. I love every performance of the Wild Heart, like the dressing room demo. I love the studio version. I love the outtake that was on the re-release. I loved hearing it live. I mean, it's a beautiful song.
We're going to get there. And one day you're going to have to tell me your favorite Stevie Nicks live performance, and only one. And spoilers, you say only one for Andy, and he goes, well, here are the 15. And this
right. Okay. What else? I have nothing else about the box set, and I'm impatient, and I'm ready to get this going with some actual audio visual aids and the albums.
Unless the UPS totally screws us over, we should be back soon with our box set unboxing episode.
Yes, and
from there reviewing each album.
Yes, and we'll do each album, and we'll also do. I'm throwing this out there into the universe. You and I are going to do a Stevie Nicks cocktail challenge, because there's a cocktail called the Stevie Nicks. It tastes like cough medicine. I'd rather come up with something new, so we're going to do that.
It's a plan.
It is a plan. All right. Well, we're a little bit over the half-hour mark, which is pretty good, and that gives our two fans something to listen to until the next
14
time.
14 followers on Spotify. I don't know what's going on YouTube. Thank you, whoever you are. Spotify doesn't let us see it.
Yes. Thank you all. And we will be back in the next week, we hope, with some unboxing goodies to show everybody. And Anthony, what's our tagline?
And until then, we'll see you on the other side of the mirror.
Well, all right, said Alice.